And some have just been waiting so they can turn around and spin the narrative to make it seem like, well, Nicki is just out there to support Trump, as they have been trying, to propel in the past couple of days. But trust Onika to go on there, up that stage, and make it clear and be articulate enough that, well, the haters had absolutely no way to spin the narrative except clip out certain parts where she made it clear that this isn't about who you support politically, but it's about human decency and allowing each other to have freedom of worship, okay? So first of all, let's talk about the beginning, her entrance, okay? Highly awaited, okay? People were waiting to see, of course, the feet, to see the entrance, and she walked in gracefully. The outfit choice, absolutely appropriate. Her tatters were well covered. She walked in there with poise, with grace. I love that. The hair, it was giving. The makeup, it really was giving. To me, even before she opened her mouth, she was out there debunking all those lies, that the narratives that they were trying to push, that this woman is, mentally unstable. Because to me, she walked in well-dressed, dressed for the occasion, and she knew exactly what she was doing. Of course, she did walk up to the podium, and I don't even know how to explain this, but she understood the assignment. She delivered. I didn't have any doubt that she would. I mean, in my earlier video, I did tell you that when it comes to Nicki Minaj, there's something engaging about the way she articulates herself, okay? She doesn't try too hard to be unnecessarily funny where it's not appropriate. She doesn't try too hard, to maintain one image. She code switches so perfectly. And I know that a lot of people look at code switching as if it's a negative thing, but if you've ever worked in corporate, you probably know how important that is. And I do believe that it's a grown-up thing to know how to carry yourself in different spaces, okay? You cannot be standing on the UN podium defending Christianity and talking about the B words, the C words, the oh my God, your tatters all over the place, trying to make faces. You cannot do that, okay? You definitely have to know how to behave in certain places. And there is nothing wrong with that. I know that a lot of people equate illiteracy to authenticity. That's what, and I've noticed that it's a trend with a lot of people that support a certain person that I know, okay, who doesn't know when to be professional, when to try and not swear. They all say, oh, we love her because she's authentic. But illiteracy is not authenticity. So, okay, overall, I was impressed by the speech. Let me know in the comment section, you guys, if you did watch the speech. For those of you who haven't, do not worry, I have got you covered. I will insert the speech at the end of this video. But overall, I will give that speech a solid 10 on 10. She did what she was supposed to do. It wasn't, super long. It was precise, straight to the point. And she also made it clear that she wasn't taking any sides. And I know that had she not clarified that, that's the headline that they would have been running with. I saw a certain Twitter platform clip out the part where she specifically made it clear that she's not out there trying to take sides. That's how weird these people are. They only took the part where she was thanking, the president for, of course, taking such a stance against this. And they made it seem like that's what the speech was all about. Meanwhile, it wasn't about that. That's how much desperate these media platforms are. They couldn't find anything to fault in her speech. Instead, they decided to clip these things. But one thing about the Babs is they stay on people's necks. One of the blogs had to delete that nonsensical clip that they posted to try and paint a narrative because Babs were on their neck. Imagine an issue as serious as everything that is going down in Nigeria. Like, there are people who are literally losing their lives. To try and make it seem like it's about Stan Walls, oh my God, let's try and make it look like, she's the bad guy. That's just inhumane. You can make jokes when it comes to certain things that don't affect other people's, lives. But to try and paint a narrative out of something as sensitive as this, just because you want to paint this woman in such a light, is rather pathetic in my own opinion. To distort a message about humanity and respect for one another's belief, to try and distort that message and make it look like it's something that it's not, it's wicked. It's pure evil. Whoever is behind that account, whoever is posting, whoever is working for that blog, honestly, how do you even go and sleep at night knowing that there are several Nigerians that are going through it because of extremism? Like, what are you doing? But anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Still on the same, speech. It seems like Nicki Minaj ended up being gifted a Barbie, hoodie and from the UN, obviously. And it's a cute pink one. And I'm like, okay, wherever this woman goes, people really do fall in love with her. I saw some obs and some haters trying to say that, oh, she spoke with so much wisdom. I'm surprised. And I'm like, this is exactly why we tell you that you fall for the propaganda. Why would you be surprised that Nicki Minaj is speaking with so much wisdom? That shows me that these people don't even know Nicki Minaj, okay? They see the headlines, they just automatically hate on her because anybody who's coming out saying that, oh, she sounded so smart, I'm surprised. I'm like, why do you think we fell in love with her? Like, you really did think that Nicki Minaj is not smart? Like, oh wow, like this, like for me, I was just like, okay, people really truly do not know who this woman is. They don't pay attention to the things that she says. They've been preconditioned to just criticize anything that she says without even paying attention. Like, what do you mean in 2025 you're surprised that Nicki Minaj is eloquent, smart, graceful, and all of the, like, what do you mean? So what are you hating on if you don't even know who the true Onika is? But anyway, they gifted her that, and it seems like, well, they decided to also throw in some shade somewhere in there. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I will insert all of the clips that I'm referencing with this commentary. So they decided to sprinkle a little bit of shade, of course, towards Nicki Minaj. I don't know if I should call them colleagues, or they did say rivals, okay? And, they say that, well, she is smart as compared to a lot of her counterparts. And, of course, people started thinking that they were referencing to Shram Shays, okay? And I cannot deny, I cannot really confirm that this is who they were referring to. But when it comes to a lot of female rappers, not many can hold the candle when it comes to intellectual conversations with Nicki Minaj. And personally, that's one of the reasons why I love her, is because when she does speak, and, she's speaking on a serious note, she's not just playing with the barbs, you can learn a thing or two from her, actually. So it's not something that you get with a lot of female rappers. The intellect, the go to school, the encouragement that we always got from her, the eloquence, the wanting to be smart. It's not everybody who has that package. So yeah, I will insert everything that I was talking about. Let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. I will insert the snippet of her receiving the gifts, as well as the shade, as well as the full speech. What did you think about today? And do you really think that, well, these people are still going to continue spinning these narratives? Until my next one, see you.
You now have a whole UN bar. We're now in the United Nations. We have you and Nick. We have you up here.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is.
When I tell you guys how honored I am.
We have this one for you. And that's okay. One better. So that you now have a whole amazing UN barbs. We're now in the United Nations barbs. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. When I tell you guys how honored I am, I don't think you understand. My pastor is here. I love you very much, pastor. But I just want to thank you guys for taking this seriously and to give me a platform. I never, in my wildest dreams, saw myself here, but God has.
When I was confirmed as ambassador, doing this with you was not necessarily on my table. But you know what? This is what the Lord does. The Lord brings people together to protect His flock and to further His word. And we're just honored. And we mean this, and the President believes this. This isn't about politics. This is about humanity. This is about doing what's right. I'm just so proud. And I have one more thing. Pastor, Cedars, come on up here. So I didn't realize that the pastor is a fellow Army veteran. And if everyone knows this tradition, this is one of my challenge coins. Please stand here.
Wow.
This is one of my challenge coins. I'm proud, as you said. We need to be proud, and as Alex said, I'm a follower of Christ. But I'm also an Episcopalian, which means I like a good drink. And so it's a bottle opener that you can have. All right. There we go. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. And we're now, in case you didn't know, every country gives a gift to the United Nations. And so we have the United States over there in the UN building. We have a moon rock. And we also have a Norman Rockwell collage that says, treat others as you would have them treat you. And the other key piece is that Trinidad, Tobago, has a set of amazing steel drums that they have on display in there. We pulled them out so that Nicki can play them for us. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, we're going to go with you over and tour the UN headquarters, and we're so thrilled that you joined us today. But thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
I would like to thank.
One better. There we go. So that you now have a whole amazing UN barbs. We're now in the United Nations barbs. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for your reaction.
Thank you so much for having me. When I tell you guys how honored I am, I don't think you understand. My pastor.
Ambassador Mike Waltz here with the amazing Queen of Rap, Nicki Minaj, and I just can't be more thankful to you for putting your spotlight on the persecution, the killing the devastation that's going on with Christians in Nigeria. The president called it out. Nicki, you've called it out, and then we invited you here to the UN to learn more and to see what we can do to stop this genocide.
Yes, you did, and I am, like I said before many times, I'm honored that you even thought that I would be worthy to be in this caliber of a place. Because, you know, I never thought I would go from rapping to being here, but I'm so happy and proud, and I'm happy that I can speak for Christians, and I will continue to speak for anyone that I feel needs my voice if they are being persecuted. And right now, I'm just wanting to let all of my Nigerian barbs, even if they live in the U.S., I want to let you guys know I love you, and thank you for your stories that made me understand more what was going on. And I will continue lending my voice. I hope to see more of you guys lending your voices to it. Let's do the right thing like we've always done. And Ambassador, again, thank you so much. And to, again, President Trump and his entire administration. And to Alex, I just want to thank you guys for being amazing to me and supporting me and helping me, you know, to understand what's going on out there. And I'll continue to learn. I love to learn. And yeah, that's it.
Well, as President Trump has said, this is not about politics. This is about doing what is right. This is a moral duty. And you have given your voice to the voiceless, and God bless you for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I must say I am very nervous, so please, well, thank you, Ambassador Waltz, for this invitation. It is an honor to stand on this stage with you and the other distinguished speakers here today to shine a spotlight on the deadly threat faced by thousands of Christians in Nigeria. I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or belief. I stand here as a proud New Yorker with a deep sense of gratitude that we live in a country where we can freely and safely worship God regardless of one's creed, background, or politics. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion, like I recently stated on social media. And we don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. We're way beyond thinking or expecting or assuming for, you know, the person sitting next to you to have the exact same beliefs. We're beyond that. That's ridiculous. But that shouldn't make one person feel less safe than anyone in any room. Music has taken me around the globe. I have seen how people, no matter their language, culture, or religion, come alive when they hear a song that touches their soul. Religious freedom means we all can sing our faith regardless of who we are, where we live, and what we believe. But today, faith is under attack in way too many places. In Nigeria, Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes, and killed. Churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart, and entire communities live in fear constantly, simply because of how they pray. Sadly, this problem is not only a growing problem in Nigeria, but also in so many other countries across the world, and it demands urgent action. And I want to be clear. Protecting Christians in Nigeria is not about taking sides or dividing people. It is about uniting humanity. Nigeria is a beautiful nation with deep faith traditions and lots of beautiful barbs that I can't wait to see. When one's church, mosque, or place of worship is destroyed, everyone's heart should break just a little bit. And the foundation of the United Nations, with its core mandate to ensure peace and security, should shake. I am joined here today by peace builders, by faith leaders, by those who saw violence, saw rising intolerance, saw the threats clearly before us, and chose not to look the other way. I am inspired by their work to build interfaith ties, to see the humanity across the lines which might divide us, and to fight for security and liberty for all those who pray. I look forward to our discussion today, and I hope it will encourage deepened solidarity for us to urgently work together to ensure every person can enjoy the right to believe, to worship, and to live in peace. Barbs, I know you're somewhere listening. I love you so very much. You have been the ultimate light in my life and career for so long. I appreciate you, and I want to make it very clear once again that this isn't about taking sides. This is about standing up in the face of injustice. It's about what I've always stood for my entire career, and I will continue to stand for that. For the rest of my life, I will care if anyone, anywhere, is being persecuted for their beliefs. Thank you.
I have to say to you, my sister, thank you. Because your voice, and this is a direct answer to this question, we need people of faith and of courage like you who have platforms to stand up. And we're just so grateful. And I pray that you're blessed and that any persecution you face, you join a good list of those who've come before us who were persecuted for their faith.